How can you expect to win the game if you don't even know what the rules are? Your job is not just to show up and have sales conversations. We want to get you gauged like the sales godfather would be. I'm going to run down what that should look like so that you can have a button down, solid, bulletproof system for being in the business of sales and making yourself irreplaceable. Let's break it down. The business of sales credo, according to the Godfather. 1, I control the deal. The deal never controls me. You need to be in a place where you don't chase, you don't beg, you dictate the terms, set the frame, and make offers that they can't refuse. Positioning yourself as desirable, as necessary, as somebody who has the thing that they need, even if they can't quite put their finger on it. Sometimes they might not even know what you said, but they damn sure like the way you said it, and that you're instilling confidence and certainty in them that they're in the right place at the right time and that they better take advantage of this opportunity while it exists. Number 2, operate with power, position, and presence. I enter every room with certainty. I speak with purpose. I act with intention. My presence alone shifts the energy because I have earned my authority. I have a delusional sense of self because I've got the track record that shows it and the belief that says I can make that difference. I firmly believe that every room I walk into is better because I'm there. What about you? Are you clear that when you walk in the room, it is changed forever because your presence is in the middle of it and people start leaning in? One of my favorite quotes by David Starr Jordan: the world stands aside and lets pass any man who clearly knows where he is going. You ever been in a room where somebody's moving with purpose and intention and you can literally see the crowd parting because they're moving through it? The piece that's missing from that quote is after they stand aside and let him pass, then they get in line and follow because they don't want to miss out. You want to move with direction and purpose, so people want to be on the path that you're on. Number 3, I lead with value and close with confidence. I don't pitch, I position. I don't beg, I problem solve. The problem is you determine what value is. They determine if it's valuable. You need to be valuable. I can give you 2.5 hours of the best content I've ever created. You then see that I've just given you a 2.5 hour job. Who the heck wants that? But if I can deliver you something that's actionable, ready to move, easy to understand, and delivers a result, that's valuable. That's measurable by everyone. Number 4, I don't follow up, I follow through. I see things through to completion. I ensure that the right scenario happens for change and success and certainty in the movement towards the outcomes that they desire. If I must chase, they were never worthy of the offer in the first place. Being in the business of sales says you are fully prepared and you are on every time. You can't have that flag at half mast. Half flag at half mast says somebody died. You don't want to show up as the person who died. We're going to kill their dreams and their opportunity to win. It requires that you show up at the fullest measure of yourself every time, because when you're up here, so are they, and they can make great decisions from here. So it's your job as the salesperson or as the sales leader to ensure that your team is always elevated up here with that power, that certainty that says, I've got this, and I'm bringing people to a great place to rise them above the mess that they're in so they can make clear, powerful, certain decisions about moving forward and taking action. Number 5, I am in the business of selling outcomes, not offers. Selling outcomes and experiences is the game. Your job is not to show up as a product in search of a prospect, which is all too common in the sales game. All the sales teams that we lead, train, develop, and build, that is common amongst all of them. You're way too concerned about the product. You're too romanticized about the product, and you believe it's the magical solution. Nobody wants your product. Nobody cares. Your product is the least important part about you. The outcomes your product delivers, the experience your product provides, the certainty that they will arrive at that outcome and that experience is what you are selling. So you have to be able to replicate that in your team through systems and processes and the strategy and great edification. Being in the business of sales says, I know how to replicate what I do in others, through others, and with the technology. That's the game we're playing. Number 6, I honor the game, but I play to win. I don't leave any hostages behind. If there's a scoreboard, you want to be on the winning side of it. Anybody who says competition isn't a thing is somebody who has never learned how to win. You have to be sure that you know what winning looks like so you can define it for the prospect. You can define it for the people that are in your world, because if you can't define what is a win or loss, how will they ever know? They should be taking advantage of working with you, mastering the opportunity in your world. And what does it look like when they've actually finished? They need to know what is going to come. When are they going to start? What actions are they going to do? Who's going to hold them accountable to doing it? And what does winning look like? That's what you need to be playing. Again, you're in the business of sales. Know clearly what the rules of the game are so that you can win. Number 7, my standards are high because my name is attached to every deal. Whether you're the founder, the salesperson, you are putting your name to every single deal that you're involved with. Everything that happens, you've endorsed it. You've shown up and said, I vouch for this solution to change the trajectory of your business, your family, your life, whatever is at stake, because I am putting my name on this, which means you need to be prepared for everything. One of the things that attracted me to my wife, Cindy, was her relentless desire to not cutting corners. She took pride doing what was expected. She was a career manager. She was a master at getting people who didn't really care about their job tremendously because it wasn't a career, it was a minimum wage position. She got them to run through walls, to chase dreams and goals. She held them accountable to having pride in doing things well and doing things right. If you take that approach to everything you do, you will raise the standards of excellence in all of your engagements. Number 8, I'm not here to just build income, but build a legacy. I'm not here for the quick win. I'm here to create, multiply, and expand. The wealth I build is measured in both dollars and impact. Are you measuring your success by lives changed, by businesses influenced, people who talk about you unsolicited, by people who send business your way without asking for a thing, because what you do matters and they want to be associated with your brand, so they bring you in to people that they know and they're willing to risk their own reputations on the quality and the caliber of the way you live your life and engage your business. Number 9, I train for war so that I never have to lose the battle. Every call, every conversation, every deal is a test of skill. I prepare relentlessly. I leave nothing to chance. You might be thinking, I don't want to be in battle. I don't want to be in a war with my clients. No, you don't. But you need to show up ready to battle. You have to be prepared to fight for what matters to them. Be clear of what's at stake. If you don't recognize what is at stake in the fact that their business, their life, their opportunities may change forever and lose because you didn't take a stand, results will forever be minimized simply because they didn't know somebody was willing to fight with them and for them. You have to help them fight their demons. You have to help them fight their limiting beliefs. You have to help them fight their team who might resist and struggle because they don't want change. Even though results weren't great, it was comfortable and familiar. And the devil, you know, tends to be a pretty strong place for a lot of people to retreat to, but not you and not the people that you serve. It's time for you to always take a stand from the front, letting people know that you are there to take those bullets with them. Number 10, I don't hope for success. I ensure that the win is the most likely outcome. Doesn't always work that way, but it sure as heck delivers that kind of an outcome far more than it doesn't when you plan for it, you prepare for it, because you're in the business of sales. You don't leave it to chance. You do everything you can to prepare for every contingency. Sometimes I've been called a little bit of a paranoid person because I'm over-prepared, but not too many things capture me and take me off guard. Not too many things knock me off track. And if they do, I get back on track really quick. That's being in the business of sales. Things don't go the way that you intended. You already have a backup plan in place. It doesn't mean you aren't planning to win. I don't buy if you have a plan B, that means you're not sold out to plan A. I think that's absolutely the opposite. The best way to ensure plan A is to have contingencies for plan B and plan C, just in case you need them, and then be ready to pull the trigger when it goes. So what we're breaking down is the fact that there's no luck. It's all about processes, precision, and timing. Here's the final word from the Godfather. The business of sales is not for the weak. It's not for the hesitant. It's for the bold, the disciplined, and the relentless. We don't ask, we command. We don't guess, we know. We don't compromise, we dominate. This is the creed. Love it, learn it, or get out of the way and make room for those who do. So if you're recognizing that there's another level for you to take your game to, if you're not getting the results you want, you're chasing, you're compromised, find yourself having to negotiate and lower your standards just to try to get sales in the door for you, for your team, then you need to take action. Comment in the chat, Godfather was taking my game to another place by publicly commanding, saying, I am the sales Godfather. It's about you having the energy of somebody who cares more than anybody else, somebody who knows what's at stake for everybody there, somebody who knows what it takes to win and holds everybody accountable to the standards necessary to deliver that kind of an outcome. It's about the person who leads the way, puts yourself at risk, and ensures that at the end of the day, everybody else is winning because of the actions that you're taking. That's what it means to be in the business of sales. That's what it means to be winning. Reach out. Let us take you on to show you exactly how we can change the game for you and put you in the business of sales.